Are you ready? You think you can tell us what to do? You think you can tell us what to wear? You think that you're better? Well, you better get ready. Bow to the masters. Break the wall!
Welcome in to Let Me Tell You Something, Brother, the most electrifying hour right here. 21.6 The Net. We had a Fozzy sighting. We got the Doctor of Death here. The Undertaker's in the house tonight, looking good. A lot of stuff going on in the world of wrestling.
There's tons of going on right now.
Absolutely. And of course, Tom is, Tom's Productions. You think it, he'll link it. Busy time of the year. Get everything in before the end of the year. Good stuff.
Yep, it is that pre-Christmas season where lots of personalized gifts, engravings. So order now, whether you order through me or someone else. It is going to be a madhouse. So how have you been, Kent?
Busy but good. Tom, you might find this a surprise, but I tuned in live yesterday.
Oh wow!
I tuned in live yesterday.
Was that by mistake?
No, at like 1 in the afternoon.
Okay.
And there's a bunch of rejects here.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, what is it? Sunday night? I don't. I mean, it was like Saturday afternoon.
I don't know. They just make up with their schedule,
right. And then guess what? I had to do to get ready. Had to vacuum. There was popcorn. It looked like a bunch of rejects.
Rejects here. Like, man, not only should you strip their belts, you should suspend them indefinitely.
No, they're stripped. They got them taken away because they got us thrown in Facebook jail. So.
Yeah, those guys. Like, I tell you something. Like, there's something else.
There's something else. Right.
There's something else.
I can't even promote. Hey, tune in at. I don't know. Just pay attention.
Pay attention. If you get the live notification, that's when you'll know.
That's when you'll know. That's right. Like, follow, subscribe on YouTube, and we'll get.
Well, that's the thing now. I'm not getting those notifications anymore.
On YouTube?
Not on YouTube, on Facebook.
Yeah, I don't know. Facebook always does weird.
Facebook, I was getting
What is happening?
Uh-oh.
All right.
What are they hijacking my show right now?
Yeah, that's a break. I don't know. So gotta get that checked out.
Ever since we went in Facebook jail.
Yeah. Everything has been
cool. It's haywire right now.
I don't know.
So
nuts. So yeah, we'll figure it out. I don't know what's going on. I'll have to figure it out. Oh yeah.
All right.
Well, hey man, you guys, you and Nega Timothy had a good time a week ago.
Yeah. So last Sunday, Fozzy came to the Vixen.
Yes.
It was kind of cool because I picked up Tim, and it's kind of like our man date, bro date, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know if I should have brought him like chocolates or flowers when I picked him up at his house, but got him. And we parked over across the street by what was a Green Street Cafe right there across from the Vixen, that parking lot.
Yeah.
And we're walking up, getting ready for the meet and greet. And there's Chris Jericho right in the middle of the parking lot on a cell phone.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, it's just like, and Tim's like, that's not him. I'm like, that's Jericho.
A lot shorter of a guy than I had.
He's about my height.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're about the same build. He's more muscular than me, but
I don't know too much anymore.
he's still more muscular than me. And I was wondering, like, how does he stay in shape?
Yeah.
And seeing what he does during his concert performance, I see how he stays in shape.
He
puts on a great show. It's a great show. It's an intimate crowd, I would call it, at the Vixen. So what was kind of cool is, we had the meet and greet. There was probably about 7 of us there. And I mean, like, they're very personal, very humble band. Like,
that's cool.
They don't have the egos like some other people do, or whatever. Like the Rejects. Like, they're all high and mighty, those bastards.
Right.
But it's just kind of like everyone's there. Like, you get like 2 autographs you could sign, and I decided, like, I'm going to bring them cups, like with their band name and their individual names on the back. So I made them all cups. They're all grateful for it. Jericho, first one he pulled was his, and he's like, "Oh, that's really cool." Like, and they're like, "We should try selling these," kind of thing. So talked to their tour manager, and Tim's like, after our whole meet and greet thing, Tim's like, how long does it take you to make a cup? I'm like, oh, probably like 5-10 minutes as soon as I get the machine warmed up.
Right.
And everything's set up. He's like, well, you should go make them that now. Because I was just going to send it to him a different day.
Yeah.
And so I ran home, made him the cup with his name on it. He loved it. Anyway, put me on the guest list for the next show in Joliet on Monday. Nice. So, and brought me backstage Monday, and it was just,
that's cool.
It's cool, awesome experience. So hopefully it goes somewhere, whether it does or doesn't. I shot my shot. And like what Jericho always said, like in his book, no is a 4-letter word. I tried. So
that's right.
And just keep going and you see what happens. So
yeah, and then you went down. I wish I could have got there. This crazy time of the
year,
preseason.
Right.
But I wish I could have got there with
because I wasn't expecting to go down to Joliet. And what I would say is the Vixen's venue is set up better than Joliet's.
Oh, yeah.
But Joliet's sound was better. There's a much larger turnout at the Joliet one than there was at the Vixen. Because like even Jericho said, like he had to Google where hell is McHenry.
Yeah.
But like the Vixen, I mean, they had a good turnout there, and I think mainly because Jericho was on Will Rock that morning to promote it to get some more butts and seats.
Yeah.
But because the only thing I had with the Vixen was it's like their sound bounces off the wall there. I don't know if you've been there for anything yet, but it's like the sound's bouncing too much. That would be the only issue there. But other than that, like you could see everything because at the Forge, you got like the 4 pillars in the middle.
Oh, yeah. The Forge downtown.
Yeah. So it's hard to see the band or whatever, but it's a cool place.
Great bar right across the street from the Forge.
Okay.
I ate lunch there a couple weeks ago.
Oh, really? Okay. So, yeah, I mean, and like, yeah, I can't say like if you can go see them, go see them. They are a great band, great song playlist that they have. They had 2 other bands play for them. I think the one was Nocturnal Affair. It's kind of similar sound as Fozzy if you like Fozzy.
Yeah.
And then they had kind of a metal band after that, where they had this woman named Magdalene Rose, who I think is going to be a superstar. She just has a voice that like is very unique, and I think she's like 22 years old or whatever, and yeah, she's going to be something.
Nice.
So, but yeah, the meet and greet too, they played for probably like 4 or 5 songs, I want to say, for their sound check with us and rocking it out. Like it was a packed house. Like they made an awesome experience for everyone that was there.
That's cool.
So
that's cool.
Then I took the time to talk to everyone and get your picture taken with them. And so
got to hang out with Y2J.
And got to hang out with Jericho. And it's kind of funny. It's like I clicked with more of the other band members than Jericho too. So which I found unique and
right. That's awesome.
But yeah, nothing but positive to say. And I think their next closest show is Friday in Madison, Wisconsin. So
they're hitting the Midwest.
They're pretty much doing the Midwest kind of tour right now. And I told their tour manager, like, yeah, if you want to try selling some of these caps and cups I made you, like at the Madison show, just let me know. And I'll just make a short run and drop them off.
There you go.
So he's got to get the okay from their management.
That'd be cool.
That'd be cool.
That'd be cool. Nice.
So, but he does like a whole bunch of other different bands or whatever, and they're just awesome group of dudes.
Yeah, That is good. That is good. So, you were out at the trunk or treat. Shout out to the Bremer
The
team.
Bremer team hosting. Yeah,
Mhm.
today we had the trunk or treat over at the outdoor theater,
Yep.
and it was cold. Luckily, it didn't rain, and tons of kids showed up still.
turnout.
So
That's
good
awesome.
turnout. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And so
You get rid of all your candies.
and I still got some left.
Wow.
Yeah, I had to give some candy to a couple other people that ran out, but
So you came with it.
yeah, I got yelled at by Miss Bremer.
Oh, of course.
Because my car was right before her car, and I had a like a Plinko kind of game going. So like you drop the disc, and that's how many pieces of candy or toys you win. And
Nice.
I was kind of holding up the line, so she's like, "Take it down."
Dawn.
And so she drove off. I put it back up.
There you go.
Ask for forgiveness later.
Why not? Everybody's having fun.
Yeah.
With Plinko.
Right. I don't know. Maybe if I was a car after them and everyone stopped at her,
That would probably have been better. Yeah.
But it's a great event. Yeah, it's like like a few people knew like I was the Undertaker, and like it was funny. It was like all the dads loved the belt.
Right.
So
right. Oh man, that's awesome.
And they want to see if they could win it. I'm like, no, that's not up for grabs.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
Put $300 in the hat.
Mhm.
Let me see if I can pull your name.
Right. Just make sure it's less than 500, then I don't have to do the taxes and all that stuff
That's
for a
right.
raffle.
Oh, didn't put
But I would say too, I get at the 2 Fozzy concerts I went to, Big Sausage Fest.
Oh, a lot of
Yeah.
dudes.
A lot of 30, 40-year-old, 50 dudes. So
Yeah. Well, that's his. I mean, that's who his fandom is, right?
Right.
I mean,
yeah, lots of AEW kind of shirts they were wearing at
That's cool.
Joliet one. It's kind of funny, like the people that showed up at the McHenry one were wearing the original Y2J shirts, and when he
nice.
debuted in WWE.
He's got to see that all the time.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. That's cool though.
yeah.
What a good time. What a great weekend.
Yeah, I had him sign a book, Knows 4-letter word, and then what else did I have him sign? Oh, I had him sign the DVD cover of the night he beat The Rock and Stone Cold on the same night.
Oh yeah.
So I found that, and I was like, I gotta have him sign it. Then after like this week, I was cleaning up my basement a little bit, and I saw his Jericho Hasbro figure I had. I'm like, damn it. There'll be another day.
There'll be another day. Hey, you might see him when you run up to Madison.
Mm. So
that'd be good. Awesome. What? Let me see how.
Yeah, they said they love McHenry. They love come back. They love the venue. And
Yeah.
I know Aaron did a great job hosting them over there, and and they're walking around town, and I guess they went to the record store and bought a bunch of stuff and old equipment too that they just can't find anywhere. So
nice.
So we'll see if
Only
we're
in McHenry.
on their tour stop next time.
Well, if they made money and had a good time, why not? You always look to do that.
Yeah, I guess for me, I was just like, I didn't feel like McHenry was advertising them at all.
No,
it was just like a Facebook blast from the Vixen, and not much more advertisement from that.
Yeah, that's yeah. Mm-hmm. No,
because I think that they would have put some signs around town or whatever, and they saw Jericho was going to be there, I'm pretty sure more people would have went.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if I don't know how big of a. I don't see them doing a ton of promoting
right
at that venue.
Right.
You know, if it's coming in and it's a rise up, they do. But
right.
They've had some pretty good comedians and some things there, and I hadn't known about them until I'm driving by. I wish I'd have known. That'd have been a good show.
Yeah, I think our issue too is it's Sunday night where a show doesn't start till like a little after 7. And
still though,
but
good Sunday night.
Yeah, it's funny because like between shows, I stopped home, gave my daughter her Fozzy shirt because like every time we get in the car, she's like, "Dad, put the CD on."
Nice.
So she's my little Fozzy girl, and, and I wanted to go to a show, check it out, see if I could bring her the next time we're in town or whatever. And it's just more, if it's outside, I have no problem doing it, but the inside show, with how loud it is, like I don't want her ears getting
crazy,
jacked up. Maybe for like the pre-sound or the sound check kind of thing, I'd take her to that. But yeah, it got loud at times.
Yeah, well, that's what they do, play loud. That's their kind of music.
What's awesome with them though is their sound, like their CD and their band sound live sounds the same.
Really?
It's not. You don't really see.
It's not a studio.
Yeah, it's not a
mix.
studio
Yeah.
mix, and it's like
It's them.
because I've seen other bands like Motley Crue for one. I had no idea they were playing "Girls, Girls, Girls" until they sang the chorus, and I was just like, "What is that?"
Oh, horrible. Yeah.
I think Def Leppard was like
Milli
another one.
Vanilli.
Yeah. Oh, Millie. That was all studio sound.
Oh yeah. That's
But
funny stuff. Well, in the world of wrestling, a lot going on.
yeah, so let's see. WWE's got their Crown Jewel event this coming Saturday.
Yeah.
Some friction behind the scenes with the whole Vince McMahon, Ari Samuel thing.
Yeah.
Where he's kind of losing his power, losing his touch. There's rumors now that one of the top shareholders wants to buy it and go private.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of falling in
Yeah,
there.
their stocks keeps dropping.
It's kind of falling in, like I said, right? What's Rey Mysterio and who's Rey Mysterio going? What's his name?
No, Logan Paul.
Logan Paul. They're doing a weigh-in.
Yeah.
The day before or whatever.
Right.
That's big UFC stuff
right
there. And was it Roman and LA Knight signing the contract or whatever? So
well, it stunk that was on FS1. So like I didn't even watch SmackDown. I saw some highlights of it.
Yeah, I didn't see it, but I saw that. Read the news
afterwards.
I'm like, okay, so but I mean we've done that in the past, right? I mean WWE's done that in the past, sitting at with Roddy Piper a couple times, sitting there in the ring signing the contract. But that's why I say it's starting to come around a little bit of UFC flavor in it. But I'm okay. I like the weigh-ins. I think it it adds a little suspense,
And I see with them right now being associated with UFC, I think that's going to hurt the UFC's fan base.
I think so.
They're not going to like that stuff. And they're going to see we'll see if WWE tries to do some stuff with UFC, but I could see Dana White going, no, we got to distance ourselves.
Yeah. I mean, he fought hard for years to make it different, right? And try to get those. But but I think it's interesting that they're you're starting to see some of that, but I knew you would.
Right.
But done right, done right. I was watching Hulk Hogan and Andre the Giant on September 19th, 1983 or something, right? Watching the old stuff.
Yeah.
And it was Vince and Gorilla Monsoon were the announcers.
Okay.
Right. And Vince, it's so funny to watch. They weren't in a big
venue,
right? I mean, it was a field house or something.
Yeah.
And Vince is the lead guy.
Right.
And there's nothing. It's not like, well, oh my gosh, that body slam. Hulk Hogan is the only one who could do that to him. That almost tore the ring down. That was it,
Yeah.
And then they wrestled for a while, and there was no commentator. And I'm just sitting there going, man, look how far this has come. Right. And it's funny to watch, and the ring ropes were so loose.
Oh, right.
Back in 1983.
Yeah, so Andre could do his arm trick.
Yeah. I was just like, oh my gosh. But a great, it was a great match. It's funny to watch, but I love watching the old ones to see the difference, to see how far we've come.
Right.
And it's brilliant. Right. Those are two big dudes back in the day, and they were selling it.
Yeah.
They were selling it. And that was, Andre had absolutely zero muscle definition.
Oh, right. He has that big old farmer belly.
His arms look like chicken wings. I mean, you're just like, but he was a big dude. He was a big dude.
One of the rare big guys they had at the time.
Yeah. The eighth wonder of the world.
Yeah.
Andre the Giant. But and then Vince sounds like Vince, and now you take a look, we're doing weigh-ins, we're doing different things, and you see how far it's come, and you're just like, okay, pretty cool. So but I follow it on social media, so I spend a lot of time watching the old stuff.
Oh, I love the old stuff. I'll put on Peacock and watch primetime wrestling.
Yeah.
And still it's like you listen to Bobby Heenan and his wit.
So
It's
good.
just
So good.
his timing with everything. It's like you can't replicate that.
No, that's the GOAT right there.
Mhm.
I mean, I don't know.
I mean, Heyman's great,
Yeah.
but he is Bobby Heenan is on another tier.
Oh, way on another tier.
It's just that right now Heyman has no competition.
No.
There's no one that can touch him.
No.
But back then there was more managers where it was harder for him to even find him.
Yeah. Well, that's
you knew him as a ponytail guy with a cap. That was it.
I mean, we've talked about it several times on the show, but we hope that at some point some of these older wrestlers decide to do that.
Well, I think Miz would be perfect for it right now.
Yeah.
He hasn't won a match in how long? He
Yeah,
could
but
easily create a stable. He gets take the bumps.
well, or Shawn Michael might be good too at it. Just as the manager.
As a manager.
Yeah.
He was okay on the mic.
Yeah.
But for me, his mic skills weren't up there. I mean, it was kind of like Bret Hart, where it was like the mic skills weren't there, but the wrestling ability overshadowed that.
Being able to trip a guy coming off the ropes or, a little interference, running a little interference, bringing some swag to a stable. I think he would do okay, and he just, but, he's wrapped up in NXT still.
Right.
So.
And he likes it. So, and he's doing a good job.
Yeah. Yeah. But you're thinking the Miz for announcing or a stable?
No, for a stable.
For a stable.
Be the manager for a stable where he can take the bump, still wrestle here and there. Can talk on the mic. Sami Zayn's another one I think can do it.
Yeah, I could see Sammy doing it.
You see him doing it. Who else can be doing it right now?
Yeah, but who would you line up under the Miz?
Under Miz? Oh, I do Theory and Grayson Waller.
Okay.
They're kind of similar personality types or whatever. They're the next generation Miz, you could say.
Okay.
I could see him taking them with them being a tag team right now.
All right. Yeah, I could see that. All right.
That's who I would sign them up with right away.
Yeah, that wouldn't be too bad, would it? I could see that. I've always liked the Miz. Even when he was on Big Brother, MTV,
whatever it was, Real World.
Yeah, Real World. So yeah, no injuries out there that I know of.
Oh, Daniel Bryan got injured again. Bryan Danielson.
Oh,
yeah. So they're saying it's potentially a work right now, just the way how I can't remember what the guy's name is, Akata or something like that.
Yeah.
Big Japanese New Japan wrestler that AEW just signed. He's the one that broke Bryan Danielson's arm last summer, I believe. So they're just saying this may just buy him a couple months off and come back for January. Because we're going right after Survivor Series for WWE. It's going to be the slow month and a half until Royal Rumble.
Yeah. Cena and Solo going up against each other. Heyman set him up on SmackDown a little bit, which was good. But Cena,
like I said, his time is up.
It is. He does not. He does not look good to me.
No. Yeah. When you look at him and you look at The Rock,
yeah,
like night and day.
Yeah.
You can tell that he's off the stuff.
Yeah. He inflated pretty big, but yeah, I don't know. He's not. He's looking old. Looking old. Of course, Bianca. She's
Bianca.
Bianca Blair.
Bianca
Blair. Yeah, it's easy for you to say.
As Sarah says, Daddy's girlfriend whenever she's on TV.
Could do worse. Challenging women's champion.
Io Sky.
Yeah. What do you think? She taking it back, or I don't think they're going to give it to her.
I think she'll probably get it back. I'm trying to think they're going to want a title change. It's at the Saudi show. I can see Logan Paul winning the U.S. title because that title doesn't mean anything to them, and it kind of gives them more showcase for that.
I don't know. She's been out a little while, Belair, right?
But she's the next version of Cena.
Yeah.
She sells lots of kids stuff, and she's marketable, can talk, can wrestle, getting better at wrestling.
Yeah, but what's the next one? Right, we got the Crown Jewel.
We got Crown Jewel, Survivor Series
Survivor
in Chicago. Potential war game scenarios.
Yeah.
A rumor they're just trying to figure out who they can put in it.
Yeah. Maybe they wait till Chicago. Maybe they wait to give it back to her here.
I think the Chicago crowd will be more hostile against Bianca winning.
Why?
Chicago likes the heels. And like whenever Cena would come to town, he got the loudest boos whenever he was in Chicago. Trish Stratus, when she was the face of WrestleMania 22, was pretty much like booed out of the building. And when Mickie James won, everyone was going crazy for her. That's just the way how Chicago is.
Yeah, I don't know.
They booed Brett in his final WrestleMania, cheering for Austin.
Yeah, but I don't see Io Sky getting rid of it yet.
Not yet.
No, for whatever reason, something just says that they're not giving it back to Belair. That's just me. I'm not a writer.
Do the confidence pick.
Yeah, I'm not a writer. I'm just saying that I don't.
Well, it makes sense for her to keep it, but a lot of times what they like to do, especially like at SummerSlam, is see how you're drawing.
Yeah.
And I don't really think Io's drawing that much.
No.
So I mean, that's where Bianca wins it. They could do that tease where she's going against Jade Cargill or someone, Royal Rumble or WrestleMania.
Yeah, maybe WrestleMania. I don't know about the Royal Rumble.
Because they're going to want her going against Bianca and Charlotte. So
right.
Those will be your two.
Yeah.
Either or will be the WrestleMania match.
Yeah, I could see that.
Rhea's not doing much with her title.
Now, is LA Knight going to take Reigns out?
The rumors are saying that Reigns' back is still bad.
His fat is still bad. The guy is terribly out of shape.
So like his contract's up after WrestleMania. So and they're saying that if he holds the title now to WrestleMania and wins at WrestleMania, he'll pass Hulk Hogan on the list for longest reign.
Right. But he's been a pile of pud. Roman, thanks for listening. Right. Number one. Cena, thanks for being here. Number two. But I have no idea why Reigns has had it this long.
I know Vince is always, when he's like the guy, he's always like, I want to give you the longest title reign or whatever. Like he told that to Brett. Like, I want to give you a 7-year reign. And what obviously didn't happen.
Right.
But I mean, it's like when he wanted Reigns to have the title back in like 2015 before he got leukemia and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So I don't know. To me, it's like I'm trying to find a list of how many successful title defenses each champion's had.
Right. That would be interesting.
Because that's what I like to know. Yeah. I could care less about how many days you had it, how many times you won it and lost it.
Right.
Like you've had.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
Kane or whatever, Mankind that won it for a day and lost it. The man that shall be nameless lost it less than 24 hours. But that's where the list I like to see is the most title defenses as successful title defenses as champion.
Yeah, that would be good.
And I would say Brett has to be number one. Because when he won it, he was like wrestling every week on Raw with it and tons of shows. When Hogan had it, was like the big 4 pay-per-views. Because they had that rule pre-Brock Lesnar where it was you had to defend it within every 30 days. It's Kent's searching that up. Yeah, I can't find a link that it says how like each champion and how many times they defended it. It just says like how many days they had it and who they lost to.
Yeah, it just gives me wins. Not I don't know if it's title wins.
Yeah. And that's why I hate the number of times someone's champion. You have Ric Flair, you have John Cena, where it's like 15, 16 championships. Randy Orton, Edge is another one where it's like 10 or 12, something like that. Triple H is another one that's got a bunch of them, and it's like,
32.
and that's where I'm like, that means nothing.
Right.
Who had the most successful title defenses and who held it the longest with that? Because Reigns has had what, like 14 title defenses in the last 3 years? Dead air time.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to do a little bit of research here. In the modern era.
You find anything?
This is from Pro Wrestling Forum.
Okay.
What I did is I said, who's had the most title defenses?
Okay.
WWE. Focus only on televised title defenses.
Okay.
So without further delay, the most successful title defenses in a single reign is 14.
And that's Punk, I believe.
Belonging to the man who...
The show be nameless.
John Cena.
Okay.
So he and John both have 14. It's TV, right? Including a few instances where the champion vacated before ever defending the strap. There have been 29 title reigns without a successful defense. John Cena has done this 5 times. One of which is a bit murky because it was during the person's interim champ thing in 2011.
I think I was looking at the same thing you were.
Yeah. Shout out to Mankind, who has the most world title reigns, 3 without ever recording a successful title defense. And the most recent championship to hit double digits was AJ Styles with 11.
Okay. Kofi Kingston
was almost there with 9, and Seth Rollins, first reign in 2015, had 7. So there you go. So Reigns isn't even on there for 14.
Right.
Come on. And how long? 2 years?
3 years.
3 years.
Yeah. Was that pre-COVID?
So 36 months.
Right.
And there's what? How many pay-per-views?
Once a month.
And so he doesn't even have 14 title defenses in 3 years. Come on.
And some of them is like the same person he's wrestled twice.
Yeah, well, yeah.
That's why he's never wrestled Lashley during that time.
Right.
Like, at least build him some credibility. Now it's just like
nothing.
No,
I don't like the guy. Man, Roman Reigns, you want to come through that door right now and hit me? That's fine.
But then Kent will finally acknowledge it.
Yeah, that's right. then maybe right here on the air we will. Otherwise, I don't think so.
And that's where it's like, because I didn't see anything for Brett.
Yeah.
And I remember him wrestling like on Raw a bunch of times.
Yeah, this is modern era.
So
this is after the
That's probably the big W bell is what they're talking about.
Yeah. I want to see if I can find something else. All right, let's see here. This is a cult of whatever.
Okay.
Who has the most title defenses in WWE history?
Okay.
Who are you going with?
Most title defenses?
Yeah.
Probably Hogan.
No. Bruno Sammartino.
Oh, okay.
Bruno. Widely regarded as one of the greatest champions during his 2 reigns.
I'm going from WrestleMania era.
Oh yeah, from 63 to 70.
Right.
You weren't even around. And from 73 to 77. Defended his title an incredible 214 times. So he did it 214 times, and Reigns hasn't even done it 14. John Cena next. Okay. And You Can't See Me is not only a fan favorite, but also one of the most decorated champions. Cena successfully defended his title 13 times. What did I say? 14. So,
no.
Yeah. Randy Orton, right up there. 14 times for Randy Orton. Ric Flair, the Nature Boy. It's estimated that Flair successfully defended his titles well over 100.
Yeah.
I mean, because he would do it on Saturday night,
Right.
Georgia. I mean,
Mhm.
he did all the time. Trish Stratus, right up there,
Okay.
7 times for the women. And there you go. So, I mean, in conclusion, Bruno with 214 is going to be hard to beat. Cena, Orton, and Flair left good ones, but I mean, even The Rock doesn't have 14
All right. Well, the Rock that was when they're changing belts every week.
every week.
With him, Stone Cold, Triple
Yeah.
H, Mankind, Kane,
Kurt
Undertaker.
Angle, yeah, all of them in there. Yeah. So so there you go. Flair, I would have guessed. I mean, Bruno, you kind of forget because it was back. In
Yeah,
the
I'm doing
70s.
more WrestleMania
Yeah.
era.
But Rick,
Because I'm surprised Backlund wasn't even on that list for how long he had
for
it.
how long he had it, right? He should have been. Bob Backlund. He looks like, is he still alive? I don't
He's
know.
still alive,
Still
yeah.
alive.
Still alive, still does the squats and walks everywhere.
There you go. There you go. March 2019. What does it say? Reddit.
No.
There would be a bunch of weird answers here, but anyway, looks
Okay.
like seen as the game changer, him and the other guy who shall
All right.
remain nameless on this show. Alex, how are you?
He came to the show with me on Monday to go see Fozzy.
Nice, brother. He says, but that helped with TV ratings because you never knew it was going to happen on Raw.
Well, there was the time when you did know it was going to happen. That's when WCW lost the ratings war.
Yeah.
Schiavone said that's going to put butts in seats when Mankind won the belt. Everyone flipped over to WWE to watch Mick Foley finally win. And ever since then, that was the end of WCW in ratings.
Yeah. But still, that's why I mean, come on. If I hold the title for 3 years,
right,
and I only defend it 5 times,
right, it means nothing.
Means nothing. Come on. Right.
Oh, I agree. That's where that's what annoys me with Roman. Could have had such a dominant run.
That's why he'll never be the GOAT.
Right.
In my eyes.
Oh, they should just have him do some squash matches.
Right.
But now it's like every match he's in, it's like, oh, they almost beat him. They almost beat him.
Back in the day, you remember it was like, hey, I'll put my title up tonight.
Right.
And it was Raw.
Right.
Or SmackDown. It was
right.
Like, yeah, no, I'll put it up. Let's go.
Yeah.
In the ring right now. They'd come running out, go at it.
And that's where when you're watching more WWE right now, they're still doing the whole waiting for the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
AEW is like, no, we're going to do it now. We're going to do it.
Yeah, let's get it in.
Like last night, they had MJF versus Kenny Omega. Great match on Collision. And MJF won, held the belt or whatever. Well, right now, Jay White stole his belt, but he's still the champion. And he's now past Wednesday when he defends against Jay White. Or no, Wednesday is a 4-on-4. Never mind. But yeah, because he beat Kenny Omega, he is now going to be the longest AEW reigning champion.
Oh, see, that's not bad.
So, and like for me, it's like, because we were kind of talking, what does AEW need last episode? I think MJF has to go to WWE. I think they have to lose him. I know it sucks, like they need the guy, but I think he needs to go to WWE to get more of that spotlight on him and the star power and the worldwide recognition, and then come back. Kind of what Flair did when he first left WCW, went over to WWF, and then went back to WCW. I think that's what they need, is for some of these guys to go over there to get that publicity and showcase, and then come back. Because right now, who can they take? That's going to be a needle mover. Edge isn't.
No. Or whatever his name is.
Right now, they're talking about bringing Goldberg in, but I'm like,
yeah, but again, Bill is, and I love Bill Goldberg, right? But I mean, he was electrifying and mysterious and powerful when he needed to be in the WCW. But not, I mean, what does he do now?
Right.
You're old.
Gets the paycheck to come here and there. And that's where I think they need him for when they go back to London next year.
Oh, that could work.
Because he's huge in London too.
Yeah, that could
and
work.
That would help.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's like.
But he wouldn't be a bad one to take the stable either.
No.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Alex says, I think they're building Jade versus Belair. Then maybe Charlotte.
They're going to want one of those two to be the WrestleMania match.
Yeah.
So they'll probably have Jade go against like a Nikki
Charlotte.
Cross or Chelsea Green or whatever to kind of build her up, and maybe Bailey.
Yeah, I'm going to say Belair and Charlotte will be at WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
Again, that'll be. We've seen it before.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah, because it's like the other guy I could think of now to be a good manager would be Xavier Woods.
Yeah, he could be good.
He's another guy that's quick wit, funny,
and can still
can
take
talk, can
a
take some
chair.
bumps. I mean, I mean, he's injury prone, but
but
he
if
could lead a stable.
But if he all he's got to do is jump in and give a move or two,
right?
You know, or like I say, you know, take a chair to the head, you know, and flop,
right?
You know, I think he'd be okay.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, he could take it. He could take a table bump and.
What about my guy Shane O'Mac?
Shane O'Mac.
What's going on? He's got to be his leg has got to have to be. I see his son's playing. Football.
His son's playing for the Hoosiers. So looks like Mini Vince.
He does.
I don't know if you saw a picture.
I did.
You look at him, but like, that is Mini Vince right there.
I was like, what? Yeah.
And the way how he talks, he's like, "Oh, I don't watch that other garbage or whatever." He just WWE all the way. And,
I know.
No, I think we'll see him in WWE one day.
The kid.
Yeah.
Good sized kid.
He's a good size. I mean, he plays for the Hoosiers. That not a lot of Hoosiers get drafted in the NFL.
Right. So
I could see him because WWE's always love football players.
Yep, they do. Yep.
They love them more than
Bill
wrestlers.
Bill Goldberg. Yeah, they're more athletic. That's what I say.
That's what you say.
That's what I say.
They're bigger. Yeah, because it looks like Gable Stevenson's pretty much on his way out. That didn't work how they wanted it to.
Quite the way. Yeah.
No, I think they're trying to make him like the next Kurt Angle, Brock Lesnar, and it just doesn't seem like his head's into it.
Yeah. All right. World of AEW, did we cover it?
World of AEW. So yeah, we have who's going to be the devil with MJF. They've been doing some promos towards the end of some shows where the devil's attacking Jay White's Bullet Club. Yeah. Rumors are it's Adam Cole. Some have said Dolph Ziggler. I forgot. There's some other guy that's not really a big name that they said it matches like the body physique. I don't know. For me, it's like you're looking. I look to see what's on their website. They're still selling merchandise for the man that shall be nameless. Jade Cargill's gone. Her stuff, the only thing that's on there is an action figure. But the man that shall be nameless still has shirts, hats, other stuff on there. So I'm just kind of like, they may be working us.
They may be.
But,
so,
the other thing too now is Billy Corgan's promotion, NWA, signed a TV deal with CW.
Oh, really?
So for 2 shows.
I love it.
So that could be another mainstream company soon with that kind of promotion and being on kind of the free TV.
I like that.
So more and more people will start watching that stuff.
Well, a lot of it's promotion and watchability, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's how you get it. Of course, Chicago's a great city for it. Billy Corgan's from Chicago, and you know, all you got to do is get one, right? That people go, oh, let's watch this,
right?
You know, for years and years and years, I watched Georgia Championship Wrestling with Gordon Soley standing at a podium in somebody's garage. I think. I don't even know. And you know, Tommy Wildfire Rich, the Four Horsemen were on there. Ric Flair. You know, they were arguing at the podium all the time. You know, and all it took was just that one. You know, and it got bloody on Saturday nights. Georgia Championship Wrestling. It was awesome. And then it turned into something good. But you know, as I look at it, that's all Billy's got to do. He hooks into one. Right. And I'll guarantee you, what's his name, probably has already reached out to him because he's blacklisted on every other one, right?
Too much money.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He, of course, the man that should not be named, sold out all Chicago. Oh, yeah. Well, he's a Chicago guy.
Chicago guy. Yeah. But it's like when you look at the last time they're in Chicago, like the fans could care less now about him.
Yeah. Yeah.
They saw right through him, what he is. And even if he comes back, they gotta bring him back as a heel.
If they bring him
Yeah,
back,
if they do.
you know, a cancer is a cancer is a
Right.
cancer. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And he's not like. I mean, the locker room is where it's at.
Right.
I got a good friend who wrestled, you know, and he wrestled against Dusty Rhodes,
Right.
and, you know, and you know, and now he lives in Marengo. His
Mhm.
kids wrestle in high
Mhm.
school, but you know, he that's what he said. He goes, you know, the locker room is if that's where everything
Right.
is done, said, worked on, respected, and
Mhm.
if you lose that locker room, and
Right.
you're a cancer in it,
Mm-hmm.
it's bad.
Yeah.
It's bad. Nobody will
Definitely.
want to work with
Right.
you, you know. Yeah. So interesting stuff. Alex says maybe a heel manager. Nah,
Mhm.
his ego is too big to be a
Right.
manager.
And that's why I said when he first came back, they should have had set up where he was losing matches.
Yeah.
And ask, like, do I still have this anymore? They should have done that kind of storyline instead of
Right.
like, oh, I'm just going to beat one of your pillars right away. And I'm
Yeah.
going to beat this guy and I'm going to win this and beat that. It's like,
Yeah.
you got your ass kicked in 2 minutes in less than 2 minutes in an MMA fight. And all these guys have been doing this for years, especially like Samoa Joe. You're going to go out beat Samoa Joe. Like, no, that's rubbish.
Yeah. So the thing to watch here in the next few months is Mr. Osprey.
Yep.
Right. Because
his contract's up, I think, end of February with New
gonna say,
Japan, because I think they have like
yeah.
their Wrestle Kingdom or whatever.
Yeah.
That's their WrestleMania there, and that's where they have most of the guys signed on till.
Yeah.
And I know Tony Khan's been in his ear, like with that New Japan relationship, but then he's also wrestled for TNA Impact. He was there last Saturday or Sunday in Chicago for their Bound for Glory.
This guy, have you watched him much?
Oh, I love him. Hey, he's that unique talent. He's the AJ Styles.
Yeah, I was going to say, he kind of is a breed between Jericho and Styles.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
I mean, he's got the goods.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you know, and is he a better fit AEW or is he a better fit WWE?
I could, like, if he wants to wrestle and showcase more his abilities, AEW.
Yes, I agree.
He wants that payday. He'll go to WWE. They'll maybe showcase him a little bit and then treat him kind of like, I would say, like a Kevin Owens or like where it's like, hey, we gave you your money and we're just going to let you kind of fly under the radar and not even earn your lumps. Like, we're just going to have you fly under the radar and not really use you like we should.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that.
That's what I see them doing.
Yeah, because we got you and they didn't.
Right.
So there you go.
Because that's where I thought KO, if AEW would have got KO when he was a free agent,
that
would have been huge for him. He would have been main event star right away. And now he's middle tier, kind of like the big boss man.
Yeah.
Mid-carder, and not much going on with him.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the more I catch of this guy, the more I'm like, he's the real deal.
Yeah.
He's the real deal.
He's got to be a little bit careful, but
yeah. And in my heart of hearts, I'd rather see him go to AEW.
Yeah. I love to see him stay there.
Right. Because of just what you said. I think we'll see more of him and he'll be able to showcase his talents better. Right. You know, you go over, if he goes to the WWE, he gets drowned out.
Right.
You know, or they give him one chance and he loses.
Right.
And then womp, 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 you know.
With Cody there, I could see Cody being like that big brother protecting him and MJF.
Yeah.
Making sure that they're kind of getting used right. But I mean, again, it's like if he does go to WWE, that could be a benefit to AEW down the road.
Right.
As soon as his contract's up.
Yeah.
But it depends how long he signs for.
But will he stay with New Japan? I mean, he's got a good thing going.
He's got a good thing going. He's one of the highest paid independents out there.
Right.
So.
Right.
And the rumor is that WWE would want him to headline NXT Europe.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where he doesn't have to move his family or whatever, and he could stay in Europe and just kind of do that. But for me, it's like, why would you sign with NXT then?
You got to go to the big show, right? You got to make it happen.
So,
but yeah, it wouldn't surprise me one iota if he'd stayed in New Japan as well.
right.
He's got got a good thing going.
Mm-hmm.
And why leave a good thing?
And that's why a lot of wrestlers they've said, like when they were done with their WWE contract, they went over to New Japan or whatever, and like they were able to reinvigorate their character.
Yeah.
And get a new life, and seeing how fans react and getting that fanfare. Because like in WWE, it's like WWE is a bunch of snobs. Their fans are snobs.
Oh yeah.
It's like, oh, I only watch WWE. I don't care about any other crap or whatever. I'm like, well, right
now,
now,
right? Isn't that right? Negativity.
But it's like, okay, you last several years, you're watching pretty much former TNA guys with AJ and Samoa Joe and all them. It's like, those are TNA guys.
Yeah. Alex says that Cody needs to attack Dusty's kids with MJF.
And now, yeah, because Alex and I, we were talking on that car ride, and we were saying like what they kind of need to do and like what's next for Cody, because he was supposed to have this rivalry with Bray before he passed. He was next on the list, and then that kind of went down. And for me, like, I could care less about Cody. They dropped that ball with WrestleMania. That's when he should have won it.
He's done.
I don't care if he wins that WrestleMania 40. I could care less about WrestleMania 40 now.
Here's what happened. Oh.
There it
is. I was like, where to go? Oh, there it is. There.
Yeah, Vince coming out of their McMahon right there.
Yeah, that's right. And then a big what was it, Stinger and Flair, a little session.
So Tony Khan gave Sting the gift of, okay, we got a few more months left of you, and I'm going to sign your biggest rival you ever had, one of your best friends in a way, of Ric Flair, to have him come out over to AEW and enjoy the last few months together. So one of the rumors is where Sting's done in February at Revolution, that pay-per-view will be his swan song with AEW. Does he come back for one WrestleMania match for a final send-off?
No, he's 950 years old. Flair is 963. Stinger's, thank God for his tights, right? Keeping everything in.
He wears a t-shirt over it too.
But what is he? 64 or something?
64, 65.
Yeah, I mean, he's 10 years older than I am. He's still doing good, right? But he's old, man. But here's what I'll say. They got, they're on some serious pain medic. I mean, I get, I work out in the yard for a day, and raking leaves or whatever, and I'm like, oh my God, I feel rigor mortis setting in.
No, I sleep the wrong way, and my shoulder's out for 2 weeks.
Right. And he's still in that ring, so you got to give him credit there. But holy cow, to me, I don't know. Sting was cool back in WCW
when he did the whole crow gimmick.
Yeah, outside of that, I have never been a big fan of the Stinger. And again, Sting, thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, his best non-WCW run was in TNA when he was part of that Main Event Mafia. Yeah. He kind of ditched the face paint, and it was him, Kurt Angle, Booker T, Kevin Nash. Yeah. And they were like, we're always going to be in the main event.
So we need to see Booker T come back.
He does the announcing for NXT.
Yeah. He does a good job.
He does.
Too. But I was always a Booker.
And that's the thing. It's like AEW's got the better announcers.
Yeah.
They have the better backstage interviewers.
They do.
When you look on paper, they have the better talent. It's just organizing it and trying to get that all figured out.
Yeah, and trying to get the snobs to go, oh, this is a good product.
And well, it's also trying, like, their issue is they have the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega as VPs of the company. I just don't think that's a good idea with any wrestling promotion to have your VP also wrestling.
Right.
It never goes well.
Never. Not a good thing.
No.
It's not a good thing.
And to respect with Cody, or he refused to ever be in a title match because of that. Yeah. So, because he already saw, like, that's not going to be good unless he becomes a heel, which he didn't want to be.
Yeah.
I mean, that's, and what's also funny too is, like, I'll go to Walmart, I'll see Cody Rhodes AEW figure still there on the shelf, but his WWE figures fly off the shelf in no time.
Really?
They're already gone.
Gone.
The AEW figure, same ring attire, everything else just says AEW on it.
Sitting there.
Just sitting there.
Yeah. Yeah.
The WWE snobs.
All right. That's it. Well, but you know that's a lot of it. You know, I was a WCW guy before
Right.
WWE.
Mm.
You know, and you know, Bischoff and the team, and you're just like, man, they sold out. I remember they sold out them suckers. You know, and it was what it was.
Right. But it's all about money and ratings.
That's it. I think they need to bring the Wolfpack back. You know, Big Sexy. He'd be a good manager too.
I don't know about that. I like when I think about most overrated champions, he's probably on top.
Diesel's right up there.
Couldn't draw a dime.
Yeah.
He is in that worst era in 95.
Yeah, he's kind of right in there, stepping over the top rope like Big John Studd. Yeah. Was he big? Was he not big? Was he? Yeah. Yeah.
One that I wish would done more with Sid Vicious.
Oh, yeah, Sid. Great enforcer. See? Big enforcer. I agree.
Well, that's what you're saying too, is like bring back the big bodyguards.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And they tried doing it with Omos.
Great enforcer for HBK.
Big Daddy Cool. Yeah. When they had Pamela Anderson over at ringside.
That was it. They need to throw a little mix in there instead of bringing them back to wrestle. We've said it time and time again. So Vince, Triple H, anybody who's out there listening, just bring them back as, you know, to run a stable.
Right.
I mean, that's right now. Listen, your entire fandom is split, right? People hate each other here in America, man. It'd be easy to create factions right now, and you know, and have the old Wolfpack,
right?
The ones that are still around, you know, run stables, or you know,
yeah, because when you're NWO for life.
Triple X, right? You know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, you could have Hogan, you could have Big Sexy, you know, you can have a lot of fun with that, right? Conan, bring him back.
Viva la Raza.
I'm just saying, you could do a lot, I think.
Conan was one of those guys where, like, I didn't like him as a wrestler, but he was a good booker.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, he's great behind the scenes.
Yeah.
And you could see the talent and whatever. Like, he saw Ray before anyone else saw Ray, and risked everything for him. But like, he knows that kind of business.
Yeah, good on that end. But that's what I say is there's ways to leverage, and you know, but I don't know. Are they asking too much money? Do they come with too big of a price?
Right.
You know, those things. I feel like Bobby is starting Nation of Domination
with Street Profits.
2.0. Oh. Okay.
Yeah, because I thought like for sure they would have brought MVP and Omos with that group.
Right.
I could see them either getting Bianca or Jay Cargill a part of that group. So I think that's what Jay needs to have a manager.
A little, yeah, I need to, yeah.
That's what she needs.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Yeah. All right. Yeah. I like that.
We are the nation of domination.
2.0.
2.0.
Gotta throw the 2.0 in there.
NOD 2.0.
We got about 2 minutes.
All right.
We got some big pay-per-views coming up.
So we got the Crown Jewel, where we got Bianca versus Io Sky for the Women's Championship.
Yeah.
We have Logan Paul versus Rey Mysterio for the U.S. Championship.
LA Knight.
LA Knight versus Roman for the Universal WWE, whatever it is.
One of them, not both.
McIntyre versus Seth Rollins for the world title. Then the women's like a fatal 5-way or something like that.
Yeah. Let me guess. You're not going with Seth Rollins.
I will never pick Seth.
Well, here's what we've got to do.
Aaron Drew's contract is coming up. So I think in his contract, when he's got like another world title clause in there. So he may have to win it before his contract's up. Otherwise, I think he has a right to sue.
Oh, so there you go. He could take it.
Yeah.
From Seth. Yeah. Who knows? Well, beautiful. Listen, we got to run. Thanks for tuning in to the most electrifying.
Well, I have a contest though.
Oh, you have a
I have a
contest.
contest.
All
So
right.
I was
Let's
at the
talk about-
Fozzy concert.
Hey.
We got an autographed disc here.
Yeah.
So if you would like to enter the contest, you can email me at tom@tomsproductions.com. Here is your trivia question. Name me all 5 band members of Fozzy.
All 5 band members of Fozzy.
Current band members of
and
Fozzy.
you can tom@tomsproductions.com or send it to info@216thenet.com. So 216thenet.com or tom@tomsproduction. Name all 5 band members
Of Fozzy.
of Fozzy. All 5 Fozzy band members.
And next show we'll announce the winner.
We'll announce the winner and we'll get it out to you.
Yep.
I love it. All right, listen, for all of us here at 216 Net, thanks for getting caught in the net. I'd like to say stick around for the rejects, but they were on yesterday at like in the middle of the day. So
They're probably just getting old now.
they're just rejects. All right, we'll catch you on the other side.
Are you ready? You think you could tell us what to do? You think you could tell us what to wear? You think that you're better? Well, you better get ready. Bow to the masters.